Happy Friday. Yellowcard just released their album Better Days. If you're unfamiliar with them or, need a refresher, Yellowcard debuted in 1999, but it wasn't until 2003 that they released their sort of breakout album, which has songs like Ocean Avenue and Only One. They haven't released an album in 9 years, so this is a big deal to sort of see what direction they took. And sadly, it seems they didn't take a direction. I've always said that Yellowcard is like a mature version of Blink 182 because they sound very similar, but their lyrics are like where it's drastically different. Because obviously, Blink 182 is very teenage driven, sort of immature lyrics. But Yellowcard, takes it into a more adult sense. Funny enough, as I was listening to this album, I was thinking, wow, these drums sound so familiar. And I was like, oh yeah, kind of like Blink 182. And then I looked in their Spotify description, and lo and behold, Travis Barker, the drummer for Blink 182, played for them on this album, which I thought was really cool. I mean, that was pretty much like the best part of this album, really. But I guess let's just go through the tracks. Better Days sounded like they were really trying hard to reincarnate their old work, sort of like Ocean Avenue. I like the drums. It was very fast and fun, but overall it was just kind of boring. And honestly, like the next few songs that followed this were just so like similar. They almost just like morphed into a blob of nothing. Like it was just mid-sounding early 2000s rock with just basic lyrics. Like I don't really have any other comments than that. What I will comment on is the song You Broke Me Too by Avril Lavigne. I was shocked when I saw she was featured on this. But honestly, it was just another like repeating chorus with simple lyrics, nothing interesting. I mean, Avril Lavigne just had some pretty heavy auto-tune, and she's definitely seen better days. Get it? Because of the album name. But seriously, it just didn't sound great. City of Angels, once again, just meh. Like, I don't really have anything to say about it. It's just like, again, just very basic. They're not doing anything that makes me interested in listening to them, if that makes sense. The next song, Bedroom Posters, actually did have some interesting parts. I liked some of the guitar. I liked how it was going from slow to faster, and it had some interesting pieces to it. But once again, the lyrics were just surface level. But then this takes us to Skin Scraped. This was an explicit song, which, if you're not familiar with them, they don't really have explicit songs. So I was surprised when I saw that. And I was very glad that this song had way more emotion than the previous tracks. Like the vocals, it just felt raw, emotional, and I actually enjoyed this one a lot. I would say that this is the highlight of the album. And right now I was happy about that. That brings me to Barely Alive, which is just another boring track. Just like a lot of the other songs on here, they sort of just repeat the title, either because they didn't have any of their ideas or they thought it was like powerful in a way. I don't really know the reason, but all I know is I'm bored. But here we are at the final track, Big Blue Eyes, and I was surprised because this was an acoustic track to finish it off. I actually like this move a lot because the previous songs were like, oh, I'm bruised, I'm battered, I'm torn, I'm sad, you hurt me, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Teenage drama, this and that. But now it's like, oh, wait. I have someone, and she's beautiful, and I'm excited, and, So it brings the mood up. But now it's like, hey, maybe there are better days ahead. Got you again. So this is definitely the most interesting track on here, just because it was different. I mean, that's what I was hoping for to begin with. But in the end, it doesn't take away from this just being an average sort of rock-infused pop album from a band that's way past their prime. I will say, I'm a fan of Yellowcard, and so I don't want to sound like I'm really hating on them. I'm just trying to be real with this album. Because In fact, I actually saw them live a couple years ago when they opened for Third Eye Blind, and their music was very good in person. Like, it's not like they're bad at singing now because they're old or bad at playing instruments or whatever. They're good in person. So I'll give them that, but in terms of making new music, they might be washed. I'm gonna have to give the album a 3.5 faux fum. The only thing that didn't suck were the drums. Had to do it to them. But hey, this doesn't mean we can't listen to their old classics. So don't let this bring you down. If you enjoyed this album review, please subscribe and like, and leave a comment if there's albums or artists you want me to review in the future, and I'll see what I can do. So see you next time.